Hello, good evening, everybody. Happy Saturday to everybody. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Today I'm back for another video on regarding Okta workflows. Just give you guys some context. I made if you guys haven't seen my first video, I made a very basic workflow, basic Okta workflow. But those who don't know what workflows are, um, Okta Workflows is a no-code platform that was developed by Okta that you can build automations to help like do most of the identity processes. So, for example, you can build workflows um, without asking any IT or developers for help. You can reset passwords to end user sessions, or if you detect suspicious activity, you can give or remove access to applications. You can send notifications upon when an event occurs. Like, say, for example, I have a workflow. Let me show you guys. I have a workflow here. It's a user suspended notification workflow. You can actually find this in the workflows documentation, but this workflow, let me show you this workflow. I have this workflow turned off at the moment, but this workflow pretty much is, if anybody's know, our workflows work as this is event driven. They use cards. So each card represents data that's passed on from card to card in Okta Workflows console. So in this example, we have a user who's so whenever we go to the admin console and we suspend a user's account, Okta will gather this detail from this user suspended card. They'll gather the alternate ID, or you can put the display name if you'd like. And we pass that attribute here to the compose card here. And what that's doing is whenever that's processed, that outputs say, hey, this the user with the following username has it suspended. So let me show this in here. So if I put my name here, let's say y.hopkins@yahoo .com, for example. Let's see here. For example. All right. So I can run that. Second. So here you go. It's gonna run that. So we know what it runs. Good thing about Okta workflows is you can test card by card. You can test one card at a time, which is very good because that way you don't have to wait till the full flow is created. You can go flow by flow to make sure each part of the flow is working correctly as it should. So in this instance, we create a user called John Black. So we create John Black, and we say, hey, John Black's going to be no longer with us. He's going to be, let's say he's going another opportunity. So we suspended John Black's account. So then what that did was triggered this event flow, this event card here, and It sent an email to I said to send an email to me, stating, "Hey, John Black's account has been suspended." So this is a very simple, basic flow. Workflows can get very, very complicated and complex, but you just gotta. This kind of depends on what your use case is, but they're very helpful because you don't have to go. It really gives you a lot of the IM engineers or administrators a lot of free time because now you don't have to go. You can have everything, most of your work automated through a flow. So so if you guys don't know what an Octaflow is, like I said earlier, it's just a no-code platform that allows you to build automations to help through your IM processes. So to get access to workflows, you want to have a free trial, 30-day trial account. The the Okta Workflows console is not available. Feature is not available in the developer account. So you want a 30-day free trial account. So today's today's demo of what we're going to do today is we're going to work on a little more advanced flow than this one that you're seeing. So what we're going to do is we're going to import users from Google Sheets and create users in Okta. If you don't know what Google Sheets is, this kind of similar to like Excel. This is a part of the Google Suite. So this is a Google. We're going to be using this in a minute. I brought this up for a reason, but let's get back to the demo here. So if we let's go to flows. Let's go back to the flows. All right. So this is an overall view of what your flow. Like I'll only just have one flow, but you'll see many people have many different flows in here. You can save your flows in here. You can. Let's go back to this one. Like you can, like say you want to hey, there's something issue with the flow. So you can go to the execution history. One minute. So we had a success one with John Black. So this is the information that you can kind of give you a really in depth of all the data that's being passed through the flow for each card to card. So if you let's click on this card here, this add a Okta user, John Black. So this gives you a really good detailed information on John Black and what user was suspended. So that's a very good feature in Okta Workflows. It's so awesome. So I can't really tell you how much I like this already. I've been playing with this a lot today. Uh, let's get to the demo. So basically, what we're going to do is again, we're going to import users from Google Sheets and create users in Okta. So in this tutorial, we're going to connect and import data from Google Sheets. We're going to use a helper flow to create for each logic, and then we're going to create users in Okta, and we're going to test individual cards to make sure the flow is working properly. Then last, well, we're gonna set up this flow to run on a schedule. So so this demo is going to be broken up into the two types of flows. So we're going to have a schedule flow. So what we're going to run, so this basically it runs a schedule and imports users from a spreadsheet from the Google Sheets that I already showed you earlier. The second flow is going to create a user in Okta from a spreadsheet from the Google Sheet spreadsheet. So let's kind of get started here. So if you don't know where to find the workflow console. So you'll find the workflow console in your admin portal. So if we go to the admin portal, see, let me put my password in. Uh and send a push notification to myself. All right. All right. So we're gonna find the Okta workflows in the workflow tab here. Again, as I stated earlier, you will only find this feature workflow console in the 30-day free trial account. So if we go here, we click the Okta workflows. So again, we'll get rid of that. Then what we'll do is, what did I do here? Okay. Then we go to flows where we were. Then it brings you back to where we were. So this is all the flows that I had. This is the only flows that I had created. Uh, Basic simple flow. But let's get started with this flow here. So So, let's get started on this. So you go to new flow, go to new flow, and what we're going to go to is we're going to, excuse me. So we're going to go ahead and rename this flow. So we're going to name this flow import users. Going to go import users and then description. This is what we're going to put in the description. All right, this flows. So then keep in mind this is not very important. If you notice here, it says save all data that passes through the flow. So this is very useful for basically if you want to find out what really want to take a deep dive and say to know different deep in the context of your flows. And let's say if you had an issue with a flow, that you can always your data will always be saved. You can always go back and really investigate. Let's say if you have an issue or you can investigate it. But like here, you just check it and if you happen to just click save and you don't check it, it's not the end of the world. You can also find it here. If you look at where it says flow is off, we're going to turn that on eventually. But if you hear it says save all, this wouldn't even be. I checked the box, but if you didn't, you'll have this and just you can click it and then it will save your data. So let's go. We renamed this folder import users. So so what we're going to do is if you see it in this next session. So we're gonna go to the Google Sheets that I just created. So what we're gonna do is go here. I'm gonna go ahead and man, go ahead and rock this one here. Put this one here and keep this. Yeah, and let's see. So we're gonna type in this first. We're gonna type in the first name right here. So we're gonna put Bob, Bob, and then gonna click. Oh, shoot. Forgot this. Sorry about that. We're going to have first name. All right. Oh, check it, help if I can spell correctly. First name and last name, and then email. All right. So, all right. 1 second. So first name, we're going to have Mary. All right. Green. Email. Mary at oh dot email. All right. So we're gonna have like the all right. Second name, we're gonna have Maya Bravo, and then we're gonna have Maya at go dot email. All right. And then the last one is Peter. Any oh, what I do here? Oh, Kimmy, and then we're gonna have Peter at go dot email. Oh, email. All right. So we got our 3 users. All right. So we're going to let me see if we can. So we're gonna name this new Okta users. That's what we got name this file here. All right. So, oh, sorry about this. All right. So, all right. So we got the spreadsheet here. So make sure we got all the columns correct. This is what we're gonna do here. Let me go ahead and save this one. So I think this already. I think Google's already saved. I think it's already saved. All right. So let's go back to Okta Workflows. So so here are things. So we want to trigger the flow. So we want to have some type of event to trigger this flow. Something has to happen to get this flow started. Click this flow off here. So for example, for an event, so for example, So when a user is activated, will be a typical example of an event, or a user is suspended or deactivated, or if a security breach has happened or something, somebody logged in with your credentials. So you can have those are example of events that can happen. So, and another thing we're going to do in this, we're going to run a schedule flow. So a schedule, we can run it like if, say, I want to do, I want to create, let's say, for example, I want to run, do an audit, let's say a flow on user group sign-ins or login information, or login or some type of audits or what we want to do. We can do that in the workflow. So basically, it's just like we can do simple things like, hey, every Monday, let's we we're going to let's say we're going to run an audit report on user session activity, or something like that. So, and then last, we have an API endpoint. For example, like an external system calls an API that triggers a flow. So, so what we're going to do is, so we'll use the schedule option for this. We'll configure we'll configure this at the end of the tutorial. But so let's go to back to the Google Sheet. What we're going to do is we're going to, oh, never mind. Sorry. We're going to go to back to the workflow. So, so in this first step, we're going to read all the rows using the Google Sheets read all rows card. So what we're going to do is we're going to add app action. So we're going to go to Google Sheets. Next, we're going to find read all rows. Let me see what we got. Read all rows. Yeah, read all rows. All right. So then what we want to do is click new connection. So let's just say, uh, let's say, I'm just gonna say read, read all. Let's say read all. Just read all rows. So we're going to try to connect. What this is going to do is going to reach out to Google and say, hey, it's going to reach out to try to connect to Google. And Google is going to act kind of as like our identity provider here, saying, hey, they're gonna ask, hey, can we have access to Google? And Google's gonna authenticate on your part. So we're gonna put here. Hopefully this works. Hopefully this way work, because I know I don't have hope it's not gonna ask me for the G Suite thing. Okay, great. It worked. Okay, great. It worked. I thought it was not gonna work because I don't have the G Suite. I didn't think I last time I tried to activate the flow for the email notification, I couldn't get it because I wasn't something with the G Suite. But nonetheless, this worked. So now it made a connection. So basically, Okta can go into just Google Sheets and read anything in here, anything in Google Sheets, because I gave them all the read permissions for that. So what so setting up the connection. So what we're going to do is for the connection name field, um, we're going to keep the default to Google Sheets, or keep it, but then we're going to click but then we're going to go here and go to the user spreadsheet ID. So no, I'm sorry about that. So next we're going to go to I want to say creates. I want to think we go here. Save that. Where we go here? I remember doing this. But no. allow the connection. Okay, all right, yeah, okay, we did that. Okay, we set it up. We set it our connection. I'm just trying to figure out. Um, so what we want to do is we want to configure all the Google Sheets, read all the rows in the card. So for the spreadsheet name, we created here new Okta users spreadsheet. For the worksheets, we select, sheet one. Um, we don't need to change any of the field. We don't need to change any of the fields in here. So see, untitled spreadsheet. I believe we can just put options. I don't believe we don't have to do anything. So, all right. So we don't need to change any fields. I don't believe we need to do anything. See options and click save. Hmm. Click save. So no worksheets, spreadsheet ID. Let me see what we got here. If I got that correct. So sheet name, worksheet select for the worksheets. Select so what we're gonna do, I think maybe I need to get rid of that one. Let me uh maybe it may not save it. Oh man, I did that wrong. Okay, now I need to go back and do that again. So let me go and add that actions, go to Google Sheets and go to read all rows. All right. Oh, it did save it then. Okay. Something is loading. Something's loading. Untitled spreadsheet. Okay. Oh, new Octi. Okay, I got that wrong. Okay, so we're gonna. So what we're gonna do is we want to put in the name of the spreadsheet that we created, and I'm gonna say sheet one. We'll do worksheets. Put sheet one. I don't think we need to use the spreadsheet. Use a spreadsheet ID. I don't think we need that. Uh, I don't think we need a spreadsheet ID. Um, so that's in the spreadsheet. Okay, I don't think we need a spreadsheet. I don't think we need a spreadsheet ID for here. So we want to click save. See what happens here. All right. So what we got here? We got the fields here. We can choose to deselect these fields or not. Well, we want to keep all these fields, so we want to click save. So here we go. So this is what we got. So we got the row number, columns, first name, last name, email. So this is exactly what shows up. So again, this is what having like when we give it read all, we gave full control of everything in Google Sheets to read. So Okta can come here anytime and whatever spreadsheets we need we build from and create in Google Sheets. Okta has the ability permissions to go and read everything and grab full control of it. Um, so so let's again, like I said in your last video, we can test these card workflows card by card. So if we click test. So let's say, let me see something here. So found card. So we can let's run it, see what it says here. All right, see, it was able to read everything, grab Google Sheets and read all the columns and rows that I have. So you remember we had Mary, Maya, Bravo, Peter, and Kenny. So here's an example of really good how powerful these Okta workflows is. So we tested it. We know that card works correctly. So next, what we're gonna do is So forgot to show you guys something. So if we go to let's go to the execution history. I don't think it executed anything yet. I don't think so. Do we want to? I don't think we want to. Yeah. Um, Click the run button. Okay, we ran it. I'm wondering. Let's go to the execution. Did it not run? Okay. Nonetheless, let's go run that again. Let's go run that again. Okay. So we got that. So it should have ran an execution. Don't know why that did the history. Maybe I did something. All right. Maybe I need to might need to turn the flow on. Let me see. Yeah, man. Man, let me see if I need to turn the flow on or not. Maybe I do. Save flow. Hold on. Man, I need to save that flow. Save it. Oh, cancel. Save all flow. Yeah, save that one. Those flow name. Oh, you know what I didn't do? All right, I didn't even name that flow. I need to go back and rename that flow. Yeah, import, import users. Yeah, forgot to do that. When I went to I didn't save it last time. So let me go here. All right, let me go ahead and run that again. Let me see. Let me see if that runs again now. Should import data. So it should import data. All right. Let's close it. Let's run that. Let's see. Should have an execute. Maybe no. Maybe I need to run this flow. Turn this flow on. All right. All right. So this flow saving data is on. So let's 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 say this flow. Run this flow. Test this flow. All right. Go ahead here and let's see this execution history. Why that's not going? Okay. All right, let's go back to the flow. Not sure why that's not all right. Let's continue on here. I don't waste too much time on that. So I'm gonna do extra click extra click run history. All right, so I don't know why that didn't go, why that didn't run, why that didn't go through. Yeah. All right, that's okay. All right, so we graded this part. So let's go on to build the helper flow to go help with this. So we're going to build so a helper flow, if you guys don't know, is a flow that another flow calls. So you will use a helper flow to create a new user from the list. So kind of helper flows kind of work independently. So like you have something that's similar to like in Terraform, like if for example, like you might have instead of putting everything on like a main.tf file, you might have a variables file, you might have output file, you might have different files, but then you can use things what they call modules where like variable files and they act independently. You have different TF files that act independently. So when you run a module in Terraform, you can pull those. It'll it'll go search through all those variable those files and get the information data and pull information from each of those, and then we'll run the Terraform script. So it kind of works similar to that in a sense, if you're looking at it from that kind of point of view. So so what we want to do is we want to go to here, and we're going to go to, you know, flow. So we're going to go, I want to say, so when we go into helper flow, so we want to click on, we want a default folder. So we want a flow name, go back to new folder. So we're going to go to we're going to go to a new flow. Let's see here. Man, go back. All right, we're going to put a new flow. So, and then we're going to click, we're just going to keep it, uh, well, we're going to change the name. So for the flow name, we're going to put here create user, create user. So we're going to name that create user. So we're going to say, it's going to say this flow creates a user in Okta, Okta, if I spell Okta correctly, Okta. All right, I'm going to save that and save. Okie dokie. So that's saved. So next, we're going to we click to save all data that passes through the flow. So this basically will so we'll be using this capability at the end of the flow as well. So now now we have to set up this helper flow. So we're gonna so a helper flow, a flow that becomes a helper flow is when the first card is the helper flow card. We're gonna use the helper flow card. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click add event. So we're gonna put helper flow. So this is what a helper flow card looks like. So so we got the helper flow created. So next we're gonna set up we're gonna start input information. So in the helper flow card, so we'll click inside the top box and enter, you know, let me see, click inside. So we're gonna click inside the top box. All right, and click and all right, enter user. So we're gonna click that to make that user. Click enter, and then we need to change it. All right, so what we need to do is, oh, okay. So we're gonna do and choose. So we need to, okay. So we need to go here to the over your mouse in here. We're gonna change this. We're gonna change this list to. We're gonna change this section to an object. So all right. Just one moment. Just one more second. All right. Sorry about that, guys. So I'm back. Just had to let my dogs in the house here. So let's continue on. So when a user is passing this helper flow, it's using a JSON object. So if you guys are familiar with JSON, you pretty much know what a JSON object would look like. Um, so what we're gonna do is gonna enter. All right, so we need to retrieve. So what's gonna happen here is, all right, so we need to retrieve the first name, last name, email to the fields to create a user. So getting fields from a JSON object. So the object, so to get multiple the object get multiple cards allows to get multiple values from a JSON object. So in the second box, we want to we want to want to say what is it? Oh, never mind. Sorry about that. Let me go to want to add a oh yeah, we want to add a function. I'm sorry about that. So we want to add it. The second card we want to add a function. So we want to get so what we want to get what we want to find here. I want to say oh, okay, done this for so long. Um, select the object cat. So we're gonna go to the object category here. So then we're gonna want to get multiple. So we want to get multiple values. This is going to allow us to connect to the Google Sheet to get multiple values out of there. So so we want to pass the user object to the multiple to this card here. So we want to take this card and here, put it there. So what this is doing, this is going to grab the object with the since we made this an object, it's going to treat this one of the Google members here in the Google worksheet as a as an object. So it's going to pull it from Google Sheets. So to pass the user object to multiple cards. So we pass it to a card by you pass it by dragging that user attribute here and it passes it on in the object of this object card. So you're passing data from user data from there to the object card. So now we need to specify the keys for which we want to get value. So in the get multiple card output section so we wanna click inside the field box and type O dash net last name. So what we want to do here is we want to type so O dash first first name. All right, enter. Then we want to go okay one dash last name. Enter. And then we're gonna go click the other one. We're gonna have two dash email email email. All right. So that's what we got here. We're not gonna. All right. So this will get information from so getting the user information with the get this is how you get user information with the get multiple card. So we're gonna test testing this multiple card we can use the test by so let's use this get multiple object here. Try this one. Let's get multiple object. I don't know. Oh, that'd be nice to test this out. Yeah, let's get here. Uh, uh, get object field for the object field, paste the JSON. Um, let me see here. All right, all right. Okay, how we gonna test this flow? Okay, All right, so what we want to do, I want to make sure I got this correct. Making sure I got this correct. Yeah. So, just 1 second. Let me read back. Oh, what I forgot here. I know oh, I want, all right. Did I even, let me see. Did I even, let me see something here. Volume, okay. I think I did that correct. All right. Just making sure. All right. All right. Here. Well, let's see if I got that. Yeah, I got that as an object. So, okay. All right. So we want to get anybody. Okay. I want to make sure I got that correct. Yeah, as again, I said, there's some of these flows, like, this is like second time I'm doing this as well. So it's it can be very helpful, but but this is, like I said again, I just wanted to walk through this because, and as for people who working through these as much as I am, they can be very complex if you need, but this is just a little more complex than the other one. Very simple. So just so I'm just trying to get so test this flow. We pass this card on here. So what we want to do? So we can grab. Let's say I want to say let me go ahead and I want to run this card object. So let's get this object. Okay. Okay. So let's see. JSON object and pair. Okay. So let's go um to dash email. All right. Try something here. Yeah. Mm. All right. Type that here. Mary at go. I think I got that right. At go dot email. All right, then we're gonna another quote. Oh, another quote. Then we're gonna enter. All right, the second one. All right, all right. Hold on a second. So we'll need to expand it here. All right. So all right. So what we're gonna do. No, I know what I did wrong. All right. Uh, will be easy to copy and paste everything. Right. Okay. Again, Mary dot at goal. Make sure I got that right. All right, let me see. All right, let me see here. Uh, echo. All right, so let's run this test here and see what happens here. Here we go. So this is what's supposed to look like here. So sorry about that. It takes so long, but this is what it's supposed to look like. So that's what we're gonna do. So this is what it's supposed to, so we know that works. So we're gonna click on let's click on we tested that flow. So let's see if we can get the execution history on over here. That did anything. Didn't. Why not? Did that because that flow's not on? I mean, I turn the flow. I'll turn that flow on. All right. Let me try that again. Let me see here. Let's copy that here and paste. And let's run that flow. All right. Rosemary. All right. All right. And let's see here. Let's go and check the execution history. If that runs alright, it may not show up anything. I don't know why it's not showing up in here. Run that flow. I mean, all right. I'm not sure why that's not working, but let's move on. Let's just save some time here. Um, so we want to run. So test the flow. Click run to test the flow. Oh, okay. So all right. So we want to run the flow, and let's copy that again here. Copy that here. All right. Yeah, let's run that flow. All right. So this is what's supposed to look like. So when we go here, we can always, like again, we can get some detailed information on the user information we put in here. So that's how it's supposed to work. So let's go back here to the flow. All right. So now, so we can change data in the JSON object by we can run the flow again. So we can run through Mary and we can run through the rest of the users and but if we want to test it. So So next, we want to create we create a user with Okta using the create user card. So let's go back to the flow. So what we're going to do, we'll use the Okta create user card to create a user. So in the add, so we'll add action. So we'll go here, add action, and then we're going to click Okta. So this is important as well. So what we're attempting to do is we're attempting to use this card to make a connection to Okta. So this will give us permissions to create users to Okta. So what's going to happen is going to ask me to if I accept if to I have to log in my credentials. So you have to be I believe a super user administrator to do this. So to to do this. So what we're going to do is let's go find the create user create user card here. All right. So all right. So before creating a cache, we need to we'll need to open a page that has sign on information. So basically what we'll do is let's go here in the four corners, say go to Okta dashboard. All right. So we're gonna go to Okta dashboard up here. All right. So we want to open the admin console. So we're gonna go to open the admin console. So just answer my push notification. Yes, I'm in. All right. All right. So let me go back in. Okay. Yeah. All right. Go here. We don't need that. All right. So we're in the admin console. So what we're going to go to do, we're going to go to applications, and then we're going to go to see what apps. applications. Then we're going to go to Okta Workflows OAuth. So if you weren't here for the last video, so it's kind of the similar same thing. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to use this client ID and client secret to make that connection. So what we're going to do is, so we're going to click on the sign on tab. We got here on sign on tab. So so then we're going to go back and click, um, go back here and click, oh, maybe it did. Maybe I didn't have to. Oh, maybe I have already have the connection set then. Oh, but okay. Normally, once you click in here to ask for connection, so we got the connection. We got a connection. Say that connection. So all right. So we're gonna keep this. We got Okta. All right. We already. I don't think we need to do anything else. All right. And okay. Okay. So what we're gonna do, see here in the option field, we're gonna click without credentials. Then we're gonna click save. Wait for it to do this thing. So now this is now we got full connection. We got full control. We can connect to Okta anytime we want using it with this create user card. So what we're gonna do, so we're gonna keep the default values. Okay, all right. We want to keep the default values. So so what's gonna happen next? So what we're gonna do is, what we're gonna do here, we're going to, all right. So we're going to take the first name. We'll take the first name, put it here, connect it here to the first name. Last name, going to click the last name. Then email, we're going to put to username because remember in Okta, your username is in email format. That is why we're connecting this attribute here to username because the username has to be email format. So then we're going to click down here to the primary email. So usually in Okta, when you create a user, your username is an email format, and then it's going to usually match your prime. It's going to be the same as your primary email. So when you create it like that, you're going to automatically get your primary email already. It's going to already automatically populate. So this is what we're going to do here. So basically, what we want to do is here is want to test this card. Maybe I don't need to get rid of. Maybe I need to get rid of this or not. I don't. I don't think I need to get rid of this. All right, so we want to test this card. All right. So what we want to do is test this card. Hold on a second. Click on testing the card. So let's click on create user. All right. All right. So we want the sample information. So let's get sit uh, Mary to Mary at 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 um, co email. All right, and that's going to be the same as your primary email, so we don't really know read that. So going to be Mary and green, and then we're gonna run. See what it gives me. All right, all right. So it's gonna run that one. So look at all the information it gave me. See all the information it gives me here. That's why I like Okta Workflows. Give you so much detailed information. So I'm gonna close. Let's go to the execution. See if it runs it in. All right. So if we run, so let's go. If we check here and let's go back to the flow and let's go run the flow. Let's go run the flow. So let's use the same what we did with Mary, this JSON format. So paste here. We're gonna run the flow up. And what happened here? Bad request. Error. Help with this error. Security policy. Help this error. What happened here? See if we can help with this error. What happened? Read the error. It says you can read error. Okay. Not sure that why that is. Help with this error. Error. See. Let's see what this means. We can go Google, see what this means. What does the following error mean in Okta workflows? Workflows. And we're gonna copy and paste. Command V, copy and paste that stuff. What does this error mean? Following error mean? Guess we can go and click that error message. So saying here, so you can read error message flow in two ways. Okay, execution history. Okay, might be read error message. API. Okay, so read error message, I believe. Oh man, not good. Bad request. Not sure why that. Activate. Let's go here and Okta see. Hmm. Okay, username. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Let me see what happened here. Oh, okay. Well, looks like I might have already created Mary. Okay. Well, I guess the flow did work. This is why we do these videos. Sometimes, sometimes when you watch videos of people doing tutorials, everything works perfectly. But yes, again, we all learning together. So I guess it did work what it was supposed intended to do when I ran this the last time. So, um, okay, that's good news. All right, so we're just gonna disregard that error. So it did create the flow. All right, so all right, got that done. So we can always change to the other users as well. Um, so we use a create user card to do that. So all right, all right, all right. So what we're gonna do? We did that. That was completed. We created Mary. All right. So we'll use the Okta create user card to create a user. So we want to click add. All right, add. as an application. So thought we okay, we did that. All right. Yeah. Okay. Did all that. Did all that. Did all that. All right. We ran that test. Ah, okay. So yeah, yeah, we were so apparently I guess I forgot the part that I didn't say this earlier. We were gonna we were gonna get that error message that error message because we've already again we think we created it when we just tested this portion of the create user, so it did create Mary, so we know the helper flow works now, so we supposed to get that error. um so we if we go into the admin console, we click Mary's created. Mary was created, so there we go, we have Mary. So let's go back to dashboard. All right. Now we know the helper flow works. Now we can finish building this import users flow, the flow. So we'll go to, let's say, deleting users. So before we do that, so deleting users you created. So when you test to complete the flow, we'll get an error message if a user exists. So which that's I forgot that's supposed to happen. So we'll get a message if Mary's was already created. So that's why we got that 400 bad request error. So saying that already exists. So if we go back to let's go back and check that out again. So this is like I said, this is one of the things about when we could see go into that error message again. All right. So let me see where that says. Okay. Error cause should say that she is already somewhere. Trying to see. Okay, here it is. If you notice here where it says this is where I was talking about, we can never. This is a good example of something an error happens, and just to give you the reason why um that we didn't see this earlier. So basically, it's telling that Mary's already existed, so that was supposed to happen. So all right, so let's go to the Okta admin portal. All right, let's get it. So at the admin portal, let me go to directory, go to people. Let's go to Mary. Oh, let's just deactivate Mary. All right, and let's delete Mary. All right, we'll delete her from Okta. All right, so this is what these are we got. All right, so now we're gonna move to part two of this. So we're gonna building the import user flow. So we're gonna go back to here, go back to user flow. So we're gonna go to back to import user flow. So where we left off here, remember we didn't create an event yet. It's going to be a scheduled flow. So and then we connected to Google Sheets, so we would get that connection. So again, this flow will have full control, full access to give access to Google Sheets whenever we want in here. So basically, so from here we want to add another function. So we're going to tie this helper flow into this import users flow. So we're going to add a function. So we're going to go to for each. So we're going to go to for each. Hold on a second. We're going to go to this. Then we're going to go to for each. So then this is what it's supposed to look like. So to help, so currency one occurrence. So we did this. So next we want to connect the rows and the fields to the list on the list for each car. So what we want to do is want to use the what is it? The create user flow. So then what we want to do is we want to list it for each. So what we're going to do is take the rows. You're going to take the rows here, click the add. Hold on a second. Maybe I got that wrong. For each. Nah, I don't want that. I want to click and add an item. No, number. Okay. All right. So click to choose. So we're gonna click choose flow. All right. We're gonna help a flow, and then all right, we're gonna go to create a flow. So with the following values. So in the user field. So in the user field. All right, what we're gonna do here? Those following user field. So the user field. You're gonna click to user field. All right, what we're gonna do here. So columns. What I do here? I think I got this wrong here. Row number. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. This is what I was supposed to do. Okay. So so we're gonna connect. We're gonna connect all these rows to here in Google Sheets, and this passes each user's information to the JSON helper flow. So this is gonna pass all the information to the helper flow. So again, like we were talking about earlier, whole flows are great because they work independently with this main flow we have here. So like I was kind of giving that Terraform analogy earlier, kind of similar to that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the following value with following value. So we're gonna we're gonna uh, take columns. All right, take columns. All right. So now we want to test this completed flow automation. So what we're gonna do, all right, we got this saved on. We got it saved. All right, let me see. So what we're gonna do, all right, we got it saved. We turn the flow on. So we're gonna run this. We're gonna run this flow. So basically, just give you an overall summary for a quick run. So this helper flow, we connected to this. So this Google Sheets here, we connected it. We're gonna pass all the information from Google Sheets and pass it on to this date, all the to the data from the helper flow, and then it's gonna create the users. So technically, it's gonna create the users and make them Okta users. So let's go ahead and click run and see what happens. All right. Looks like it was a success. So let's go to Okta and let's see if these users were created. So let's hold on. Let's go check in the JSON format. So here it is. Here's a detailed information. So it did create Mary, Maya, and Peter. So that worked. So it was a success. So this is how powerful Okta Workflows is. I mean, it, it is very powerful, a very powerful tool. Like I just you know I can't like express even more like so it is very 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 powerful. So let's say so we looked in execution, so we created it, we create all the users. So let's go like again, let's go check the let's refresh the screen. There we go. Got Peter, Maya, Mary, Green. So so we have different flow execution. So we saved it. So let's set up a schedule. So this is what I was telling you in the beginning. So we that's this is if you go into the flow here, we never scheduled an event because this is what we wanted to make sure all this works. So we know the flow works. So let's schedule this. So we know it works. So we can last from step. So we want to set a schedule for the flow to run. So on the import users flow, we can like we can click, add event. All right. So we want to schedule. So let's say we want to um mm, time is it here? All right, 6:15 p.m. now. So let's every 5 minutes. All right, let's run the flow every 5 minutes. All right. So all right. So let's go here. Mm. So we're gonna run the flow every 5 minutes. So let's you know what? Let's go to Peter and Mary. Let's deactivate them. Let's deactivate him and then delete. We're gonna run this. We're gonna run the schedule, see if the schedule work. So we go to Maya, do the same thing, deactivate. Let's go delete Maya. All right. So let's go to Mary Green and let's go to deactivate Mary Green and let's delete Mary Green. All right. So let's go back to here to the flow. So they deleted. Let's go to schedule. Oh, schedule time. Okay. Oh, delete event. Okay. So let's add event. So let's schedule. All right. So let's schedule. So let's say it is 6:16. So let's do 5 minutes and it's every 5 minutes. Let's just say 9 a.m. Uh, yeah. So let's say I don't think we need to do that between 9 a.m. to 5. Just trying to see if that would help or not. Exact minutes. So let's go here. 6:17. I exact. You can run it to exact minutes. Um, let's go here. Maybe let's go. And maybe we don't need that at the time here. So let's go every 5 minutes and time zone, Eastern time zone, Eastern. We try to find the time zone here. GTC. Let's see, Eastern time zone. Eastern Europe, America. Um, let's go to America. Let's go to let's pick New York. Every 5 minutes. All right. So run that time. All right. So let's go ahead and save that flow. I want to see if that flow executes and runs here. Yeah. Supposed to execute time number. Oh, okay, cool. All right, so let's go to the execution history. Let me see when this runs. So interesting. So this flow has been edited since this execution occurred. So okay, duration lasts at 612. So we're gonna see if this trigger is this works. So again, but we know the flow works, so we can run this. I just run it for 5 minutes here, so we can see. Let this sit for 5 minutes and see. But yeah, I mean, this is like I said, Okta Workflows is a excellent tool, and I mean, I can't stress how great this tool is. Like in the first when the first one I created yesterday, like create a user, yeah, this was my first flow I first ever created. So it took me a little while, just but as I can't tell you guys how much important of a skill this is to learn. So if you know anything about, I mean, if you really get good at this and working for like doing workflows just itself. I know they do. Okta has a certification for work, just for like I think not maybe a certification. I think for workflows, just workflows, and to gain that skill, I mean, man, you better have a job for life for that if you have workflows. I mean, you save a company a lot of money, man, a lot of money. I can tell you with this with automating, man. And then you don't have to really. It's really just all logic. It's really all logic. No code. No need to know anything. I mean, here you know a little JSON, but JSON is very easily readable. So I mean, you can get examples of that anywhere. So and Okta pretty much really does it for you. So let's see if it So that's scheduled. Yeah, so that's scheduled. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I know that's scheduled. Let me execution history. Let's see. Let's see if this runs. I hope it runs. If not, we know that it works. All right. Open schedule flow. Works only when it changes every. Oh man, Dad. I think hold on. I think I did something wrong here. I think I did something. I think I know what I did. All right, so edit that time. All right, 5, 7. All right, so let's save that and click save and save the flow. All right, let me refresh this. It's saved. So let's see what happens here. Maybe, hopefully it will run. Let's go to maybe it will run. I'm pretty sure it will run. I think I just got the schedule messed up. Probably got the schedule messed up on here. Let's see here. Go back to the flow. Uh, so let me see if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Change it to the day. Today's Saturday. Let me see if that does anything. All right, let's do it. Let's save it. All right, this should work instantaneously, but go back again into the Okta or see if it worked. All right. Um, but as you saw earlier, it does work. So I'm gonna call this video for to this evening. Let me go play around with the schedule, but I know it does work. So again, if we wanted to go back to the flow, let's say we want to get rid of this flow, we want to get rid of this event, we want to save it. All right, so let's say we want to run that flow again. Let's run that flow again. So we want to run that flow again. All right. So as you can see, the flow was successful. So if we go back to Okta again, here we go. Maya, Bravo, Maya, Bravo, Kenny, Mary. So, all right, guys. So that was uh that was the lab for the tutorial for today, and I want to thank you guys for hanging on with me this long. I know it took a while. It took a while for this to work, but I'll start playing around with the schedule more. But I'm pretty confident that it was going to work. But we know that the flow, more important thing, we know that the flow itself worked. So just gotta sometimes you gotta play around with this, especially with the schedule. So I'll try this again, but I know it worked. But I thank you guys for again for all the support, and guys, I hope whoever's out there beginning this journey to, as well, just just subscribe to my YouTube channel. And tomorrow I'll put out another video. Tomorrow's video is gonna be we're gonna work on another flow. We're gonna work on another Okta workflow as an and then next then we'll do a video on tutorial on integrating uh Azure Active Directory or Entra with Okta. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. You guys have a great weekend, and I will see you later.